Hi y'all, it's Randy. Just want to tell y'all a little bit of how I got into K-dramas. There's this app called Tapas where you read different stories. I had heard of Webtoon. I had Webtoon, I think at that point I had it. So I was reading different stories on there, but I wasn't very adamant about reading the stories. Like I had a couple that I was like fond of. One of my younger sisters, she was like, girl, there's this story on Tapas. And I had started seeing Tapas ads here and there on YouTube and Facebook, Instagram also. And I had seen it here and there. I was like, okay, what's that? Get out of my face. I don't want to see that. But then my sister came and she was like, there's this really good story on Tapas called A Business Proposal. You should get Tapas and read it. It's really good. So I was like, okay, I'll do it. So after that, we started reading a bunch of stories. I read A Business Proposal. I read Positively Yours, which that should be a K-drama, but that's a video for another day. I read The Monstrous Duke's Adopted Daughter. I read Villainous in Love. Oh my goodness. I just kept reading all these really great stories, and I freaking loved them. And I was just so into it. I was spending all my ink. That's how you like get stuff on Tapas, like to new episodes and stuff like that. So me and her was just enveloped in these stories. We'd read each new episode or a whole story and come back and just talk about it. Loved it. Loved the whole experience. After a while, I believe we were watching something. We saw this show on Netflix. We was like, what the heck? What's that? And I didn't really know much about K-dramas. Like, I've heard of it as a concept, not really as anything I would be interested in it. I don't know, I just wasn't interested in it at the time. Like, I wasn't interested in K-dramas or K-pop or anything like that. So I was like, oh my, there's a show? Business Proposal? Like the story on Tapas? We both were losing our minds. She told me about it, and I believe she was watching it first. And she was like, girl, it's so good. You need to watch it. So then I watched it. And then we both were watching because episodes were still coming out. And we loved it. It didn't have everything that I would have wanted from Business Proposal. A Business Proposal. The story on Tapas. It didn't have everything that we wanted it to have. But it had the idea of the story, and it had a lot of the decent points that I liked. It was like its own version of A Business Proposal. It was like in an alternate universe. And we both just loved it. We was like, what is this? What is this world? And why are both of them fine? They had Tae-moo Kang, I believe that's his name. Sung-hoon Cha, that's the director and the secretary of the business. In live action, both of them was fine. We was losing our minds, okay? We finished that. We was like, oh my god, I can't believe. And the first episode, they had Tae-moo Kang walking through, like, I guess he came from like a business trip or something. He was walking through the airport. He was animated to look like his character from the story. It was so good. And then they did a little shifty thing, and he turned into, what's his name? An Hyun Sop. I'm not good with Korean names. Okay, I'm new at this. He changed into the living flesh version, and both of them was fine, okay? So, yeah, that was a good introduction into, they really got me. They was like, I was in a chokehold after that, okay? Fire, so good. That I got my sister, my older sister, I got her to watch it. And we both was tripping throughout the night. So good. That just really brought us together. That was like a really good moment. That was fun. That is what introduced me to K-dramas, to watching them. After watching Business Proposal, I believe I'll watch Vincenzo, Touch Your Heart, Romance is a Bonus Book. Later watch Crash Landing on You, Her Private Life, Cinderella and the Four Knights. I was just watching a bunch of them. Because after watching that, After my eyes were blessed by a good story, and you know what I mean. Okay, I got into it hard, and I was just watching a bunch of them. And they're not all good. I will never say that. Everything from one genre isn't good. You know, that's just what comes with it. Like there were a lot of hit or misses, hit and misses. Yeah, that's how I got into K dramas. It started with my sister getting me into tapas, and then my sister saying that a business proposal from tapas was made into a K drama, made live action on Netflix, and it was really good. Now, after watching all these other ones that I watched, Business Proposal, probably not even in my top 10, maybe top 20. Well, certainly not in my top 5. Maybe I'll have to reevaluate to see if it's in my top 10, but it was still a good introduction to K dramas. And that's why I will always have it in my list on Netflix. It is good, and I believe everybody should watch it, especially if you're new to K dramas. It's a good introduction to K dramas. It was a really funny story, even though the original concept is stressful and it gives you anxiety, which I could tell you the story another day, but it was just really good as a beginning, and I'm happy that I watched it. It brought my sister and I close together, and it was just a new form of entertainment that I needed, because I was kind of sick of these American shows. They was kind of basic and boring, too political, annoying. Like, can you just tell a story and it be good? I needed a break from the ads. So that's how I got into K-dramas, and I probably will never turn back again. Hopefully I can go to like an award ceremony at some point in the future. Oh my gosh, I will live for the day. Really happy to be into these K-dramas. I never really been into K-pop like that. I'm kind of getting into it. Not really. I don't have a favorite band, because I don't really listen to music unless somebody recommends a song. But I found something that's for me, and it's these shows, because I like a good story. It's kind of like anime. Some of these stories are very like mythical, mystical, fantasy. So it's like anime but live action and done well. A lot of the time done really well. So good. My sister even got a subscription to like a K-drama place where we can watch K-dramas. Not just K-dramas, other country shows. Like Taiwanese or Chinese or different ones. Japanese too. Dramas. It's called Vicky. And we watch shows on there too. That's for another day though. Just wanted to tell y'all how I got introduced to K-dramas and how I am still hooked on K-dramas, even though I'll be taking breaks here and there because some of them just be heavy. I just wanted to tell y'all my little story. Okay, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.